Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Grazie. I'm learning Italian one word at a time and one word a day. And by the time I retire, I'll be able to speak fluently. I'd like to thank La Bottega di Castro, a fifth-generation family business, an Ottawa institution founded by Pasquale's great-grandparents in Calabria in the 50s. Still here, still growing, still creating jobs for local people and serving customers right in the famous Byward Market. We're here today to talk about small business and entrepreneurs. It was 2 years ago today that Bill Morneau and Justin Trudeau unveiled an assault on small businesses. They said that small businesses were tax cheats. They tried to bring in a new 73% tax on investment income, penalties on sharing work and earnings with family members of the business. And they tried to double the tax on parents selling a business to their adult children. The latter proposal would have made it almost impossible for farmers and small business owners to pass their companies down the generations, and instead would have had an enormous advantage in selling their businesses to foreign-owned multinationals. That proposal would have made our farm kids tenants on their ancestral homelands to foreign landlords. We fought back. Businesses like La Bottega di Castro stood up. There was huge backlash, forcing the government to put some of these changes on hold. Some of them remained in place, watered down nevertheless, but the remainder they put on ice until after the election. You will note that Bill Morneau and Justin Trudeau, there are two things they've never done. One, they've never admitted that their original proposals were a mistake. And two, they have never committed that they will not reintroduce them after the election. We know why, because after the election, they will bring back these tax hikes when they no longer need voters but still need their money. Small businesses need to be on guard. The only way they can be protected against these crippling tax increases is by electing a new government, a different government, and by putting an end to the Trudeau-Morneau reign over our finances.
Merci beaucoup d'être revenu aujourd'hui. Il y a 2 ans aujourd'hui, le gouvernement Trudeau a annoncé une attaque sur les petites et moyennes entreprises. Ils l'ont traité de trasheurs. Ils l'ont accusé de vouloir éviter les taxes et de ne pas vouloir contribuer au Canada. Ils ont essayé de mettre en place une taxe de 73% sur les investissements des petites entreprises, des nouvelles pénalités sur les familles qui partagent les revenus et le travail d'une entreprise avec leur famille. Et ils ont essayé de doubler les taxes sur la vente d'entreprises d'un parent à un enfant. C'est clair que Trudeau va réintroduire ces attaques après les élections s'il gagne, parce qu'il a besoin de l'argent. Il n'a jamais avoué que ses propositions ont été une erreur. Et après avoir été donné la chance, ils ont refusé de promettre de ne jamais réintroduire ces propositions. Donc, la conclusion, c'est que la seule façon que nos petites et moyennes entreprises peuvent éviter une nouvelle attaque libérale sur leurs entreprises, c'est en éliminant et remplaçant le gouvernement Trudeau. So, thank you very much. Those are my introductory remarks, and welcome any questions. Thank you. And thank you to the workers who are here today. This is a true classic location. My constituents are owners. I'm here regularly. They have the best baristas from all around the world who are making the food and making the coffee. So I recommend everybody come back and try out La Bottega. I know these guys have to get back to work. They've had enough listening to me. Thanks again very much for being here. Thank you.
So, what would you do to the tax system if you were the finance minister? There are numerous reports saying that it should be more efficient, that it's not helping our growth, it's not spurring our business. There's just too many weird things in there, and that we need to completely overhaul the whole system. Would you actually do that?
We believe that taxes should be lower and simpler, that
the burden should not fall on working class people and small businesses, and that the overall amount of money the government collects is too high. So as you will see over the next several months, our leader Andrew Scheer will be announcing plans to ease the burden on taxpayers, including small businesses. We will lead a government that lives within its means, leaves more in your pocket, and lets you get ahead.
So no big overhaul, though. You just keep going the boutique route?
We're not at today making any such announcement, but we do believe the tax system is too expensive and too complicated, and a Conservative government would make taxes lower and simpler.
Okay, so the Liberals promised, I guess, to find $3 billion in tax savings, right, by eliminating loopholes.
Yeah.
Are you against that in principle?
We think this government has a spending problem. It doesn't have a revenue problem. And remember, when Trudeau said he was going to go after loopholes, what he really did is go after small businesses like this one. He went after the shopkeeper, the pizza shop owner, the plumber, and the farmer. He didn't go after the wealthy individuals who stash their cash in some Caribbean faraway tax haven. He went after the little guy. And it was taxing. Trudeau wants to tax the have-nots to pay off the have-yachts. We will not do that.
I have more questions about tax, but I don't want to.
Please do. You don't seem to have too much competition today. So you're getting a scoop.
Yeah. The G7 and G20 are talking about taxing, the OECD as well, talking about taxing big tech. You guys were pretty vociferous about no Netflix tax the last time around, but the world's changed since then. How do you think we should handle that kind of challenge of not necessarily Netflix, but big tech overall?
Well, we don't have anything to announce on that today. I know the leader will have a fully costed platform that measures both revenue and expenditures and leads to a balanced budget within a half decade. I have no announcements of that nature to make today, but I will say this. One area we'd like to look at is the enormous sums that the government is throwing at corporate welfare bums through subsidies and handouts. These handouts have proven not to create jobs. They're extremely expensive, and they end up going into the pockets of wealthy executives and shareholders, not workers and taxpayers. So, we always hear people talk about some of the very wealthy who have advantages that no one else does. What I'd like to take a more careful look at is why is it that government continually throws billions of dollars at powerful multinational companies that fail to generate jobs, while they overtax small businesses like La Bottega Nicastro and others like it. We think that's fundamentally unfair.
Strategic Innovation Fund?
I'm not making any announcement today. I'm just making the observation that I've made many times before. But like for example, Bombardier just went and cut 500 jobs. Much of its jobs have moved out of Canada. Some of its IP has moved to Europe. And that's after a generous $400 million contribution from the Trudeau government. So we have to wonder if these handouts to big corporations are helping the shareholders and executives, or if they're actually helping workers.
Governments over time have given money to the aerospace sector, right? Bombardier was built partly on that. So should that be gone, or does it just need a rethink, or like how do you go forward with that?
Well, we believe that we believe in standing on the side of those who work hard, pay their taxes, and play by the rules. We believe businesses should make money rather than take money, and our approach to the economy will reflect that.
Question en français, Monsieur
Oui.
Poilievre, bonjour. Bon, vous faites cette conférence de presse à la Bottega. Dites-moi, est-ce que cette PME vous a dit qu'elle avait eu des problèmes à cause du gouvernement Trudeau? Et si oui, quoi?
Mais premièrement, les propositions que le gouvernement Trudeau a mises il y a 2 ans aujourd'hui auraient détruit une entreprise comme celle-ci. Pourquoi? Parce que les pénalités que le gouvernement Trudeau a proposées sur l'épargne d'argent dans une entreprise auraient rendu impossible les planifications que petites et moyennes entreprises doivent faire. Par exemple, si un propriétaire d'une petite entreprise devient malade, il doit avoir de l'argent dans son entreprise afin de payer ses factures. S'il veut préparer pour la retraite, il doit garder l'argent dans son entreprise. S'il veut épargner pour un investissement futur, il doit épargner dans l'entreprise. Les pénalités sur l'épargne dans l'entreprise et l'intérêt gagné de ces épargnes leur est rendu impossible. Aussi, c'est une entreprise familiale. Alors, ils veulent partager les revenus et le travail avec leurs membres de famille. Les nouvelles pénalités qui restent en place nuisent ces gens d'entreprises et familles.
Mais est-ce que c'est vous qui analysez le fait que ça aurait tué l'entreprise ou est-ce que c'est les propriétaires ici qui vous l'ont dit?
Oh, si vous étiez là pendant l'annonce et les mois qui ont suivi, vous aurez vu des centaines et en fait des milliers de gens qui se sont assistés aux ralliements et manifestations que nous avons tenues. Alors, vous n'allez trouver aucun problème de rencontrer les gens affectés par les propositions originelles. C'est la raison pour laquelle le gouvernement Trudeau a annoncé de vouloir mettre ces propositions sur glace. Mais j'avertis aux gens que ces propositions reviendront si Trudeau est réélu.
Mais c'est ça, sur quoi vous basez-vous pour dire ça?
Parce que j'ai posé 4 questions à la Chambre des communes, à Bill Morneau. J'ai dit, voulez-vous dire que non, on ne va jamais réintroduire ces propositions? Il a refusé de le dire. Jamais Trudeau a avoué que ces propositions étaient une erreur. I'll say that in English as well. I asked Morneau 4 times if he'd ever bring back these tax increases. And 4 times he refused on the floor of the House of Commons to answer. Trudeau's never admitted that these proposals were a mistake. He needs money. His spending is out of control. And he's going to come after small businesses to get it if reelected. All good. Okay. Let's go have a cappuccino.